oh, the second block's stress relief, and then you play another Asian team, get fucked again, and you're just like, you're just like, oh, nice. Like, I always make jokes, it's like, oh, what a great stress relief, guys.
Alright, today was the second match of FlyQuest at MSI 2025, and I'm in the presence of Bwipo, the Belgian superstar, the pride of Belgium. I mean, we're Sheep Esports, we're a Belgian media technically, right? So
okay.
we have to remind it. And yeah, I'm just very happy to get to talk to you today. Unfortunately, you did eliminate our team, EMEA. I mean,
we still have Koi.
We still have Koi, so it's fine. But anyways, it's a very nice result for you guys, 3-0. I know a lot of people will talk about how oh, it's a 3-0, it was like a stomp or anything, but it still felt like G2 made you work for it still.
Sure.
What do you think about this match? How did it go? Did it go how you expected? Are you happy with the results?
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the results. I think that Inspired, especially he's standing over there, he played absolutely out of his mind. In general, he's been smurfing in like all our scrims, all our practice.
Yeah.
I want to give him praise publicly because I want to let him know that like he's definitely the core of our team right now, and he's pulling most of the weight. That's why we're winning. At the same time, I hope that teams are not going to spend too many resources on stopping that from happening. That's definitely going to happen, though. Like, the reality of the matter is you're playing a best of 5 every game. They're watching your games. Watch a series against AL, it's all about Inspired. Watch a series against G2, it's all about Inspired. There's going to be a large amount of focus on making sure that he can't have the best games. So now it's my responsibility as a top laner, and as well as the rest of our team, to make sure that we can either set him up for success, or when they're investing a lot of resources to making his game difficult, that we are able to fire back from the lane perspective and be stronger in our individual positions, and then carry him.
Yeah. Something very important as well was overall, like the level of play that you showed today. I think it was a very nice level of play, but it's also important to remind that obviously G2, AL is not necessarily like the same caliber of team. I think that's something Busio said in the press conference as well. How did you feel about the overall power level of G2? I know overall you're someone that's usually a bit humble as well, but did you feel like G2 posed you like the same amount of threat that AL did as well?
I just found that I'll just say it how it is, because like, why not? You guys back in Europe, you like it that way, I like it that way too, so no filter here. Yeah. I just felt like in terms of firepower when it came to bot lane, I just felt like their bot lane was just not as good in team fights. I felt like our bot lane was significantly more impactful in team fights, and then in jungle especially the gap was huge. So I think that in terms of top lane, I think BB played a very fine game. His Aatrox game, I mean, it was game 1. I feel like I was able to have some nice picks and moments, but it's not like he was weak. Just his champion is just hard to play. Like in a game like that, I definitely don't think Aatrox is easy to play. But not to say he couldn't have had more impact. That you can always play better. I could have played better too, but I definitely think that the gap was most noticeable in the AD and jungle department, as well as support. I feel like in terms of team fighting, we were much stronger there, and that made the difference today.
And talking about your performance as well, I think it's really important because against Flandre, against AL, it felt like you had more of a struggle. I know a lot of people memed the Mordekaiser counter pick especially. I don't know if you saw a bit like on Twitter, but like because you had like made this guide and stuff, right, to counter, and didn't go so well. So like, did it feel better as well to be able to have a better performance today as well, like individually?
Oh, 100%. I feel like Yorick is a champion that's definitely hard to like. It's a very strong early game champion, and I just I look at the draft and I thought like, oh damn, like we're playing a draft where I have to be very strong in the game and I have to be driving the game along because our mid jungle is losing, our bot lane was losing lane, so I took that responsibility way too far, played over aggressive, and got absolutely owned. So I mean, it's a bit ridiculous. I mean, I walked into Yorick, missed my E, missed my Q, and I died, and it's like, where am I again? Like, am I playing solo queue at home, or like, am I playing in like master tier, or am I playing MSI? Huh? You know what I mean? It's like that kind of question you're asking. It's like you gotta play more respectful, and even if he did get hit by the skills, it would have been a pretty close fight. To be honest with you, it wasn't like a clear victory for me when I went all in. So to be honest with you, it was just a really fucking terrible play. Outside of that game, though, I think I played all right. I don't think I played too well. I don't think I played too poorly. As for today, like same thing. I think I just played. I don't think I did anything that was spectacular, but I also don't think I was a liability in any way. I just made sure that I was in decent positions, showed up to 5v5 and did my job. Obviously, I do think moving forward, I'd like to be someone that is able to give a little bit more to the team than that. So that's going to be the focus for me in finding healthy ways to gain advantages there, because I don't feel like I was challenged in draft at all in this series. I feel like I was able to play comfortable champions and get in positions where I was just very easy for me to play the game.
You talked about respect, the importance of respecting other players, for example, like against Flandre, right? But that's something that I think is very important to find the right balance in, because this is something I've heard from a lot of teams, especially yesterday I talked to Yoyo as well after they lost to BLG, and he told me about how he felt like his performance was negatively impacted because he over-respected BLG, and he found a way, or he was in a situation where he like, yeah, this a bit like trauma, I guess, from like past losses against LCK, LPL, right? And yeah, you have to find this balance of like not respecting them too much, but still like making sure to play safe and stuff.
Play well, yeah. You gotta play well.
I mean, you're gonna be facing the loser of T1 BLG, right? So.
I mean, the way I look at it is very simple: is just play what you're good at, and when you're in a situation where you're playing the game well, like opportunities will present themselves to you, and you gotta take them. And I think that's the hardest part of being a professional player at the highest level is being able to play the meta at a point where like you recognize the difference. It's like this is a winning situation for me, or this is a losing situation, and fully committing and capitalizing, just putting your foot down and saying I'm winning this, because you have to take an extra step in the sense that you need to execute well no matter what. Like these players are very good at dodging, very good. Like their mechanics are just better. Yeah. No surprise there. So when you commit to the play, it's not just a free win. It's not like, oh, I committed and I'm going to win. It's like I committed, now I need to execute well, and then I'm going to win. So it's really important that when you're stronger that you really put your foot down. This is a big reason why I think Western teams have struggled playing non-scaling drafts into Asian teams, because they're either too afraid to commit to the play, or if they commit to the play, they get outplayed and then they fall behind and the game is really hard. Yeah. So scaling's always been the answer to that, because you get more chances. Yeah. You play a dragon fight wrong, you're down 1,000 gold, it's not a problem, your champion scale well. So obviously finding those kind of matchups where the Asian teams kind of shake hands and agree to play a matchup like that against you has been very successful. You know, there's a champion I think of that I get to play every best of 5 against an Asian team, and I'm very happy with it. Yeah. Probably not going to keep happening, but I hope so. Yeah. And in general, like that's kind of what you're balancing is how good are you an individual champion, and what makes a good individual champion is just the fact that like when you're in a winning position, you are you're fully committed, and you know you're going to win that fight. Your team knows you're going to win that fight. You commit, you fight together, and you win it. Yeah. And I find that that's the balance between respect and confidence. Because running into the Arc level 2 and trying to kill him, probably like just poor play. Running into the enemy team when you're playing Renekton and you go 2-item spike and everyone else doesn't have a second item yet, making a movie, probably confidence. So definitely want to weigh the two. Yeah,
I mean, fair enough. But the fact that you were talking about as well, like having this also like balance between not going like only scaling, because obviously like it's supposed to be like the simple answer against the Asian teams, but it's not like a perfect answer, right? And it's something that actually Inspired Across here talked to me about the other day, because he was saying how for most teams from the West, it was generally a bad idea to go for comps that were banking on like winning the early game and everything as well. Do you think that this is something that the West needs to improve in order to finally be able to compete better? Because it feels like right now we're a bit too one-dimensional in a way, right?
I definitely think when it was pre-fearless, it was necessary, because like there were certain champions that were so overpowered early game that like you just had to remove it from the draft every time and you couldn't do much. Now like you can give them a broken ass early game comp and lose in peace, and it's like all right, they can't play it again, so it's fine. Like kind of what happened against us in AL game 2 is like they had a much stronger early game comp, and then me that had to make the difference because I had the winning matchup and the counter pick needed to like stem the early game bleeding and then make a play together with me, probably to get out of that game. I blundered, and suddenly like, everyone else was collapsing because the early game is hard and they were relying on me. On the bright side, we lost in peace. The champions who weren't pickable anymore, and it's like, oh, whatever, you know. At least, okay, I lost in peace because it was like, I went 0-2. I don't have to worry about Trundle and Yorick anymore. Let's go next, you know. So I actually, when it comes to Fearless, it helps a lot because you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, you just get it done with.
Exactly, like whatever. They lock in their J Solis bullshit, like whatever, like, all right, well, you get fisted in 25 minutes, you walk off stage, don't worry about it anymore. All right, they can't pick that shit anymore, let's go next. And you rinse, repeat, you know. There's only so many strong early game champions on any given patch, so that's true. You should be able to cook something up in case that happens to you. And I definitely think it's in our favor in that sense, yeah. There's more drafts that will gravitate towards a good old-fashioned gentleman-like 5 versus 5 on the Dragon. And I think that's where you have to take your chances as any professional team. I mean, if you don't pride yourself on individual mechanics in a team fight, then what the fuck are you playing League of Legends for?
Fair enough. And it's a bit of a vast question as well, but do you feel like this FlyQuest now, especially after the experience of having had two best of fives in Fearless at MSI, is going to be showing up better now against BLG and T1? Do you feel like you've learned a lot, especially against AL, because they expose some of your weaknesses, right? Some of the stuff that you can't necessarily see in scrims. So, yeah.
I mean, not to give people too much hope, but I definitely think that T1 and BLG are the most beatable out of the 4 Asian teams, based on my experience. I definitely would prefer to play T1, I'm going to be completely honest with you. But like, I mean, I say that, but Doran on stage has been making movies, so to be fair, like the Krog Lord might take me out. I personally would prefer to play the Krog Lord over Bin, but I'll take my chances. Like, I'm down for both of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't fuck with Bin. I don't fuck with Keen, to be honest with you. Like, that guy is a bit cracked. Like, he definitely feels like he's a step above everyone else. But I think the other 3 are much more manageable from my experience in scrims, obviously. Not want to leak too much, but if I don't run it down level 2 into the guy, I think I was playing fine. And hopefully in the next best of 5, I'm not going to run it down level 2 again. Should be reasonable expectations, I think, from the FlyQuest top laner.
It's fine. This is the kind of thing, like, it just happens once, and then like you just get it out of your system, like there's no little in sometimes.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Right, we're gonna be near the end of the interview, but I need to ask you as well about your emotional support shark. I saw you're carrying it everywhere. We saw it on cam and everything as well. Yeah. What's the story behind it? Is it your girlfriend, maybe?
Yes, it is. Yeah? So on our 5th year anniversary, she gave me this necklace, which is why I wear it, and I got this one as well. I've been carrying it around everywhere. It smells like her. I bring her perfume wherever I go, and before I play a match game, or I smell it, and if it smells like her, then I take it, and if it doesn't, it just basically, to give you the story, back in 2018, I was a very anxious player. I was a rookie, playing Worlds, and I was always super worried, and just giving this a quick whiff, it brings me back, and it reminds me, like, if she believes in me, I'll be all right. So she's been a really important, part of my career, and making sure that I'm confident in myself. So I just bring the shark around because it just helps me, and I think it's a beautiful thing, I really appreciate her and what she's been able to do for me. So.
Do you see yourself as a much more like stable player mentally as well nowadays, with all the years of experience you've had so far?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's not something I rely on. I definitely. I'm able to just stand my own ground. Like, I've worked very hard on myself to make sure that I'm like confident in myself and what I've been able to accomplish. But there's nothing wrong when you're playing an international event and you're shitting your pants, because, like, let's be real, like, it's do or die in these games. You're playing against some really fucking good players. Yeah. You make a mistake, you want to have a backbone, and this is what this is for me. Is when I feel like, oh fuck, I fucked up. Not letting that spiral, being able to put a halt to that and refocus, play the next game, do your best. Especially in Fearless, because there's no salty run backs, Yeah. You're always playing a new game, you're always playing a new champion. Just knowing that you've always got a new chance, a fresh start every game you play, basically. This is just something I use in order to stay level-headed, and it just helps me. It's free real estate, Like, it's free mental for me, so it helps me a lot.
Mental diff, yeah.
You gotta have strong mental. Like,
it's one of the strongest assets you can have in League.
I always joke, because like we usually scrim 2 blocks, right? So it's like we scrim an Asian team, and then we like from 12 to 5, and then we usually from like 7 or 8 to 11. So 7 to 10 or 8 to 11. It's like, the second block's stress relief, and then you play another Asian team, get fucked again, and you're just like, it's like, oh, nice. Like, I always make jokes, It's like, oh, what a great stress relief, guys. So when you go international, you get fucked in scrims. It's just the way it is. You always. It's not a question if. It's a matter of when. Yeah. Who is going to absolutely destroy you? Win every draft, every matchup. Yeah. You scrim the same team again next week, or like the 2 days later. You flip the matchups. Fuck you again.
It almost feel like if it doesn't happen, something is wrong, right? I saw like Alvaro the other day, he was saying like, oh, I'm surprised like Asian teams in scrim sometimes like the FF scrim, like they give up some scrim and stuff. Like it feels like almost like if this doesn't happen, something is not going right.
I mean, I definitely think that thanks to Fearless and thanks to the changes in the format, it's a lot easier to cheese them and pick something that they're not expecting, especially because like when they're playing a certain matchup, people shake hands on like, oh, they blind jacks, you pick Asante, or they blind jacks, you pick whatever. And then if your pick is different, you can throw them off quite quickly because they're used to only playing that matchup, practicing that matchup, because the difference with old meta was you would get in potentially 3, 4, 5 jacks games a day if the enemy team just kept giving you jacks, right? So you would play jacks all the time. Now you get one Jax game a day when you scrim, right? So if in that one Jax game a day you fucked up because you didn't know the matchup, ka-ching, I gotcha. So a big difference there. Like, you're just not as good individually on those meta champions. Yeah, you can say you still have solo queue, definitely, but keep in mind that the games are so concentrated on 3 or 4 champions, meta champions that you would recycle over and over again, that you also just inherently were really, really good at it in every situation. Now it's a lot harder to accomplish that because your champion pool needs to be larger, which means in your solo queue you're playing more different champions, and in your scrims you're not getting that super volume of Cassante, Renekton, whatever it is.
Yeah. Look, we could talk like this for an hour, but I have to release you. I mean, you have to go back to your team and everything, but Bwipo, is there anything you want to add for the viewers out there, just the fans of FlyQuest as well?
Oh, thank you very much for supporting us all. At the end of the day, I definitely still consider myself European. I mean, I'm an import, so if MCOI doesn't make it, you can still cheer for us. We're going to be doing our best. NA is greater than EU because NA learned from EU. That's the reality of it. Like, I'd say everyone that worked very hard in our team to set the culture has been European. It's really is Mithy, Nuke inspired, and then a little bit of me. I don't think I did that much. I'm a top liner and just focus on myself, and hopefully I don't die level 2. So keep that in mind, guys. We're successful because we brought some of the best in Europe to America, and we worked really hard to make that work. Yeah. Hopefully Koi can make you guys proud. Still, be happy with what you got. You guys got some of the craziest, most passionate fans, and I definitely appreciate you guys for that, because that's what I love. I love you guys for that. Keep it up. Keep cheering for your teams, because it's what makes it fun. Beating EU, if you guys weren't excited about EU, I wouldn't feel the same. That's why I like beating G2 right now. Is like, it felt a bit off because people were downplaying them so much. But yeah.
Maybe you can beat MCOI later in the tournament then.
I would be very excited to play against MCOI on stage. Absolutely, the Maula is waiting for me. I'll be very happy to have a Maula off and see who is more Maula. I think I might just take him out in that though.
Yeah, it might just be the case. But Bwipo, in any case, thank you so much for talking with us. It's been a very long interview. I mean, I always like it. You are our favorite yapper, I would say.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But yeah, I wish you some good rest. In the meantime, you have about 3 days, I think,
really?
To rest now. Yeah, I think the next match.
I'm practicing.
Yeah, right. Rest is solo queue. It's just pretty much.
Actually, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I've been grinding arena like crazy. Arena goes hard. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Yeah. Maybe that's the diff. Maybe it's too much solo queue for G2, not enough arena.
Maybe. It's like the Shy was playing Aram back in the day, right? So maybe, yeah.
I definitely think I could do some more solo queue though, to be honest with you. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't have ran into Yorick and died level 2 if I played that matchup in solo queue. So.
Yeah, but it's NA solo queue. Like, everyone is flaming NA solo queue. Even Merwin came out and flamed it, and he was like, "Oh my god, take me back to Europe,"
Whatever. I'm rank 1 on my main account, so I take it seriously and I practice hard. I'm not gonna let solo queue excuses stop me from playing at a high level. Just, I'll be honest with you, it's like the schedule's pretty rough. It's like spring split, MSI, EWC, summer split, and I worked really hard in spring, so. I've been noticing, I don't want to use the word burnout because it's too extreme for that, but I've been definitely noticing that I ain't got the same gas that I had after losing in winter. So, trying my best. Bear with me, team. I'm going to try my best to perform well here at MSI and make the boys at home proud. I hope you can still support me back in Europe.
You're making everyone proud already. But yeah, let's cut it for real this time because we keep going on tangents. It's been 18 minutes already.
No, it is.
But yeah, I love it. I mean, if we could, I would stay at this for an hour. I would do a full podcast. But yeah, whatever.
I have to go. I have to go. My teammates are waiting. I can see them sitting on the floor. They're not happy.
All right. See you soon. Thank you very much. And yeah, good luck in your next match.
Take care. Thank you very much.